UFOs, fake aliens, real aliens.
Come on now, Bubba. I digress. I apologize.
I hope your minds are ready to get blown.
It's about to get weird.
Let's get the show on the road.
What's up, everybody? Pilgrim Radio Live here with you once again. I'm a 5x5, 20x twin. We got 4 people in the house. Hutch, JH556, Killer Cobb, Native and Devout, Joe Morgan. Got all the coolest people in the house tonight. Let me go ahead and put this link out. Killer Cobb, get up on here with me, Bubba. If you want to. If anybody else wants to get on here and talk with me too, be more than welcome to. That'd be badass. Prepperty has returned. So, you guys are going to check that out if you haven't already. It's pretty badass. It's Prepper Steadin, Lazarick Homestead, and I believe Alley Cat. If you haven't already. Oh, badass. It's Prepper Steadin, Lazarick Homestead, and I believe Alley Cat. How you doing there, Appalachian PIA? I got an echo coming from something.
Hang on. My bad.
It's all good.
Is that better?
Yes, ma'am. How you doing tonight? Corn Pop. Jeep.
Hey, Jeep Girl. JH. Well, all the cool kids are here tonight. Native.
Bug Dude.
Bug Dude. Hutch.
We got Hutch down here below us. My brother.
There he is. Big dog.
How you doing, man? Hoot Owl. We got so much love in the community. Everybody's coming out here. How you doing, man? Yeah, you look like you got a lot of good stuff going on.
I'm on the phone, so I might.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Like,
No, that looks pretty. That looks badass, though, dude. That reminds me of like something from a movie. You guys know about Gabby Mateo? You guys familiar with this Gabby Mateo stuff?
Sad.
Is it? I've been kind of like getting into that story more and more. I'm not really too informed about it, but it seems like it was like the boyfriend killed her or something like that is what it seems like. Or do they even know? Because you can't just come to these assumptions, you know. That's at first I was like, oh, it was him, but
Right.
who knows? You can't just assume things.
I don't know. He's missing now, isn't he?
Yeah, they can't find him. He's supposed to be coming towards Tennessee way, though. He's from Tennessee, is what I heard, but that might not be true either.
I figure he's either running or he's killed himself.
Yeah, there's something sketchy going on with that for sure. What is up, Stars Prepper and Klingon Princess? Yeah, because that's a lot of heat. They found her body in Wyoming yesterday too.
In that
So
field.
they just got to confirm it. Yeah, it's just yeah. Thank you, Bug Dude. Yeah. But
Well,
yeah, that's the world that we live in.
Right. The fact that, you know, that one couple caught the van on video right next to the field where they found her. You know, it kind of all points to him, but again, like you say, we can't make assumptions.
And he could have offed himself just because he was
break the story.
he was scared.
Or
What's
he's
up, Bubba?
Break the story down for me, because I've seen it, but I have no idea what the deal is.
with the dude and the missing girl.
She might Appalachian sounds like she might know a little bit more about it than I do. You're sounding a little bit better.
Well, I don't know all of it, but apparently this guy and girl went on a road trip out west, and she was from Florida. I guess they both were. And she went missing, and he'd come back to Florida driving the van to his parents' house, but he wouldn't talk to the police or anybody. And now he's gone and missing, and they found her body out in Wyoming. I mean,
she had a YouTube channel, but it's down now though. They're like van lifers or something like that, which just makes it kind of interesting too. But yeah, they were like art. It was sketchy, the whole Corn Pop makes a very good point though, because what about all the other people that die and go missing all the time? It's like every now and then we gotta choose somebody, a special person. Like this is, it's still very tragic.
I think they're highlighting that story so much is because so many people are going into the tiny house thing and the van life thing. It might be disrupting the economy to a certain extent in some places. You know what I mean? So maybe they're trying to scare people away from doing that van life thing. Like, see, look, you go batshit crazy and want to kill your lover and all this other shit.
Very good point, straight up.
It could just be a distraction because there
John T. McGill.
Thousands of little children that go missing every day. Nobody ever talks about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of time it's because but this the difference is some of these it's weird. I was reading this thing and it said that there's a story about a girl who was younger, Gabby, she was like 22 or something like that, and this other girl who was like 9. And it's like the difference between the lives that each one of them had, though, like how the parents for the Gabby girl actually were putting out Amber Alerts and like caring about her and trying to find out. But the parents for the other one were putting up no trespassing signs in their land and stuff, and just being reclusive and telling them like, no, she's missing. And, it's just like that, that's the once again, that's the world we live in, though. I think maybe they choose to focus on these people more because they have people that care about them more, maybe. If that makes, I don't want to, that sounds messed up, but you know what I'm saying?
It's that pretty little white girl syndrome.
Exactly.
It's that pretty white girl syndrome, you know what I mean? If it happened to somebody else, that's the first thing I'm hearing anybody saying is, oh, she was cute. What the hell's that got to do with she was missing or murdered? You know what I mean? If she was ugly, she wouldn't be national news. It's one of those kind of things. Pretty sells, It's
ridiculous.
Virginia Roots and Hava Alexander. Yeah, they it's almost like it's sacrificial in a weird way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying, but it's almost like it's like a media type, it's like, oh, here's something to let the piranhas feast on and shit. Like, but they do. If it was like a, like we were saying, like if she was like a black girl or something like that, or a Hispanic girl or something, then we would not be hearing about this Gabby girl. Like,
probably not.
We would not, and just like the dude who. But once again, that's the world we live in, though. In other news, I got me one of these at Walmart the other day for $20.
Oh, cool.
I had to get it. I had no choice. I went in and grabbed it. It says that 48 hours for 4 people. But shit, that'd last me probably about 1 week.
That's awesome. That was a good price, too.
Yeah, I like that. It was the only one that they had there, too, in the dry goods section. And I'm going to be sealing this right here. I got me 20 pounds of rice. You already know it's good.
Good job.
But yeah, it had been so long since I did any of my preps and stuff, though. Since I've done anything towards my prepping, I was like, boom, getting this food storage. Got Northern Girl Hobbies in the house.
Hey.
What? Corn Pop says, what about all the Haitians on the border? I didn't know there was Haitians on the border.
Oh, like there was several thousand. They've shipped some of them back by plane, but I think that was more or less to pacify everybody because everybody went up in flames about it. I don't think they'll deport all of them.
Hutch.
Did we lose Hutch?
Yeah, I'll put the link back out there. If everybody else wants to hop up in there and chat with us too. Yeah, I think that this whole Haiti, it seemed like it was because I used to live in Florida for a little bit in Orlando, and there's a lot of Haitian people. It wasn't. It doesn't seem like that's a place they'd want to. Like they've been coming here for years. You know, there've been there's Haitian. There's probably more Haitians in Florida than there are in Haiti. But like for real, like.
Well, there was like 10,000, 12,000, and they just kept growing and kept coming. And they were under the bridge there at the Mexican border, and they didn't have anywhere to house them because all their facilities are full. So they were all just under a bridge. It was crazy.
And now what states are they? Or is it Texas, New Mexico, Arizona?
Texas, they're trying to come through the border, and they're under a bridge there, I believe, but I won't swear to it. I don't really watch the news. I had something sent to me.
See, I try not to watch the news too much either because it's because, you know, I'll be seeing that, then I'll be seeing stuff in the my brother Hutch. I'll be seeing other, like stuff in one on like let's say I'll be watching Fox News. How you doing, Bella? And then I'll see a clip that's from MSNBC or something like that, you know. And then I'll see a clip from CNN or something like that, and they'll be about the same story, but it'll be told in a slightly different way each time. But it feels like they're all in on it. Oh yeah. My buddy wanted me to show this off to you guys real quick. This is his food storage. It's a beginner food storage.
Yeah, good job.
He got into it about like 3 or 4 months ago. I've been trying to get everybody I know into prepping, dude. How do you feel like that goes for you, Appalachian? Does anybody in like your personal life, you got them into prepping, like family, friends?
A few. My mom, my daughter, of course, and her husband. But outside of that, they don't want to fool with it. It's too much. Yeah, because
I feel that exactly. Like it's almost like a hobby now as well. I don't want to put it like that, but it's like not just it's good to have that as a hobby, like to be storing things and also to be, you know, and not just but with the mind state, you know, like I have my mind ready for I could be alone by myself possibly the rest of my life if SHTF happened. You know what I'm saying? Like I just be walking like. Or, you know, I could just be walking around, you know what I'm saying? And that's it. You know, you had to be ready for that kind of
lifestyle.
That kind of lifestyle, you know, but preferably, hopefully it wouldn't be like that. You know, it'd be definitely high. Because a village, I think you got to have at least 20 people in one group to survive.
I think in the long run, it'll take a mag to survive anything that's coming. Because you're going to have people with skills, you know, if you're medical, you're going to have to cover all your bases, and not one person can do it all.
Yeah, it's like exactly, you know, because people with their foraging knowledge, people who know what's poisonous and what's not, how to filter the water and such, you know.
And then, you know, if you're going to have to defend your area, one person, hey, Josh, what's up?
Just Josh.
One person can't stay up 24/7, so you're going to have to take shifts and rotate your security and things like that.
And see, whenever but you would have to make sure the people are like were on the up and up though. If you're going to be trusting your life with some of these people though, for sure. Like I have a couple of buddies. I actually, besides my immediate family, like my wife and my son and stuff like that. Like the only besides us, it'd probably be my buddy and his girl and their family that they would have. You know what I'm saying? And then and then maybe other family. But other than that, though, that's probably about as big as my mag would be. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I don't have a lot of people that I trust like that. To be honest with you.
Exactly. So I don't have any family. All my family is passed on and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of you know, It is what it is, but it's like that's been funny stories. But Killer Cobb, a MAG, is a mutual assistance group. I'm trying to get Cobb on here. I forgot about him. They would be a part of the MAG as well if it went down.
Yeah, as far as my family, the only people that are on board with us that are like-minded is my daughter and her husband, and me and my husband. The rest of them are kind of split off. They're all getting shot up and think a different way than we do.
Heard that.
So our MAG is more friends than blood. I wish it was more blood, but
What up, Stuart? Yeah, because sometimes the hardest people to talk to or convince of anything would be your family. You know what I'm saying? It would, because they're set in their ways. They're like, oh, you're gonna tell me that, or so, instead of. But if it's somebody that you like associate with, they'd be like, oh, such and such told me this. I might look into that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, family's hard.
No, was your husband into prepping always before he met you, or you got him into it?
Well, no, we've been together 31 years, but I started prepping before Y2K, and he thought I was silly, and then I kind of backed off from it because everything calmed down after 9/11, and I didn't start up hot and heavy again until 2008. But he only got on board with me. I was doing it by myself for years. A couple of years ago, he got on board.
See, and I feel like getting Mrs. Pilgrim into it would help me get her into the idea of all this was the gardening, starting off with the gardening.
Oh.
And then, that kind of self-sufficiency, she was liking that. She's like, oh, I used to do this all the time with my mom whenever I was growing up. And I was like, oh, now you're doing it again.
Right.
And,
awesome.
And she, she is using, storing the vacuum sealing the rice and vacuum sealing the beans and, seeing whenever you see all the food storage, whenever it's like starting to get there, you're starting to get you 2 years worth of food, and you're looking at it, you're like, whoa. And that's what kind of, now she's into prep, and it's prep or die.
That's awesome. It's security when you start prepping, because you if you lost your job or if anything happens, you've got that stuff put up to provide for your family. And I think when you have kids, your mindset changes and you want to be able to provide for them under any circumstances.
Exactly.
Definitely.
You hear horror stories coming out of like the Soviet Union and communist China whenever they first started off being communists, whenever they had Mao Zedong and Joseph Stalin, they'd cannibalize each other, they'd cannibalize their own children, and because they didn't. It'd be a whole nother episode to go into the history of why this happened to them, but all kinds of stuff led up to that. But they weren't, the farmers got all their stuff. They weren't allowed to be self-sustainable anymore. I don't even know what's up, North Carolina girl, but it's, yeah. And I feel like they didn't want the people to be self-sustainable back then.
Well,
and that's one of the things that led up to it too.
They have taken that away from our culture and society now. Most of your younger folks can't even cook a meal, much less raise
they be
food.
cooking.
They don't know where their meat comes from. They're just clueless.
A lot of them won't even eat meat though, out of like disgust of eating the animal. But I can respect not being able to eat it for health reasons, but. Even if you want to be a vegan or vegetarian because you like animals, I respect that too. But at the same time, it's eat or be eaten though. Because they wouldn't be, your cat or your dog, they would probably eat your dead body. So it's like it's not like, because that's how it is at the end of the day. Don't be afraid to eat meat. Long story short, that's you got to burgers, steaks, chicken.
I think that it will be hard to survive without a good protein source long term. That's just my personal opinion.
You'd have to have a lot of beans and a lot of peanut butter. You'd have to have a lot of that. You'd have a lot of stinky farts too. Yeah, it would not. You would not be feeling good.
Not in the tent, right?
Mm-mm. Ronnie Braun.
We've got a good crowd tonight.
You got a very powerful crowd for, and this is a good Tuesday night. Thank you guys. That's awesome.
They don't know how to use the manual can opener. Wow.
Sometimes I'll be meeting some, because I cook food, like, as something that I get paid to do, like steaks and stuff like that, salmon, ribs, all these things, like, and sometimes it would be, and it's not really, it's not hard, but it's definitely, it's not that hard, but it's definitely not as easy as someone would assume it would be, though. You know what it is? But it's definitely, anybody could walk inside of a McDonald's and start, putting this stuff together and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would take a little bit more training to come inside of like a restaurant, like
Absolutely.
like a Hilton Inn or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But these
Well,
people, they've never had a job before, and they'll be like 22 years old, some of these people, and they will not know how. They'll be trying to show the chicken. They'll be like, hey, how's my chicken? I'd be like, buddy, that chicken is still pink on the inside. If that chicken is not, if the chicken is not white,
don't eat
it's
it.
not right. You got to put it back on that thing. That chicken, you got to put that chicken back, dude. And I'll be trying to teach these kids these things, some of these people, and they'll be like, oh, I know. And I'm like, well, if you knew, then, buddy, how come you asked me then?
They already know everything, but they know nothing.
Digital prepper, my brother, how you doing? Yeah, this is. I don't know where they taught, who taught them this. I think they might have been taught at home by accident, or maybe it might like. Or TV, it's from watching that TV and seeing
school. It's all interwoven throughout society.
We read the Bible in my school. I remember still, though. Like I remember when I was a little kid, like they'd still. But I remember hearing my teachers talking like, "Oh, they're trying to take the Bible out of school, but we're not gonna." But they were old ladies back then. They're like 70-something years old in 2001. So. They're definitely not teaching anymore. And this younger generation of teachers have come in with this liberal mind state. They're not even from the states that they're teaching in.
Well, we had a news story. It was on Fox News of our county yesterday that they're not allowing in my own city, which is a little Tennessee city, right? The coaches and teachers can't lead prayer now. It was a big deal. They've outlawed it.
I see, and that's another thing. It's like it's a war against God, But it's I'm not trying to get too much into religion this early into the episode, but it's still. I feel like there is some kind of organized, people. They act like it's brave. And the late great Norm Macdonald, rest in peace. He is in heaven. This man was a Christian. Like he was on this thing. And this dude, he told a joke and so in the Bible, and Roseanne Barr, Silverback Preparedness, my brother, and Roseanne Barr said this. She was like, "Oh, that was a very brave joke." And then Norm Macdonald said that was not very brave at all. People tell Bible jokes all the time. I didn't like that. And then, but this whole thing, Norm Macdonald believed in Jesus, and that's awesome. God rest his man's soul. He was hilarious too.
He was. I was shocked because nobody even knew he was sick
for 10 years. He's battling
guy.
in secret.
That's sad.
Yeah, he was good for he was a part of that whole crew. Chris Farley, Adam Sandler, David Spade, Van Life of Gina.
There's definitely a war on faith, a war on families. It's just it's to corrode society and break it down from its core, because when you destroy the family and you take out faith, what do you have left?
You have the government. You have that is your faith and your family, though. That but that's what they want us all to have. You know what I'm saying? That they're wanting to push that kind of from 19. I know it's pretty. People say all the time, "Oh, 1984." But that is about it. The kind of control of where it's they have the thought police. Where they put a a screen inside of every house and stuff, so they can. You never know if they're watching you, but
Well, if you have a smart device in your home, whether it's a phone, a TV, your computer, they're watching you. I mean, they don't. We don't even have to have that. They have these little drones that are just like insects. They can fly through if they wanted to. Okay, nobody's hiding. Nobody. I get so tickled at people that think that they're hiding. You ain't hiding, bitch. Shut up.
no, it's open. It's in plain sight. You know, just like the people talk about that the mark of the beast or whatever. Like that's going to be a tattoo on people's foreheads, though. That's gonna because that's in my opinion, from what I've gathered.
Well, in the Hebrew, like hand can also mean arm. If you look up the original Hebrew, so it may not necessarily be on the hand or on the forehead. It will be a mark of some sort, and I think it'll be the quantum dot tattoo that I did a video on that.
Wow, can you tell me a little bit more? I'm gonna have to go watch that one again. What is up with this quantum dot?
Quantum dot tattoo. It will carry all of your information from your social security number to all your health information, your credit score, your social credit, your Bitcoin or your cyber cryptocurrency. It'll all be tied into this one mark. When you get it, it will also have your medications in it, such as your C19 shots. It'll be everything all in one. And it actually, when they inject you, it's like little spikes. I show pictures of it, and it goes down into your arm. And it leaves infrared, something that can be read by infrared. And I don't have my notes or anything, but like you can be scanned and they'll be able to see the mark under infrared lights. That's why they're putting all these black lights up in some of the cities and stuff. It's not really for the current stick, so to speak. I don't think it was for what's coming. And this is supposed to be implemented. Everyone on the globe is supposed to be marked by, there you go, there it is, by 2030.
It's luciferase. It's an enzyme called luciferase. That makes it even more intense.
I know, right? It's like how much more obvious. Now, the patent on that is 060606. 666. I mean, you can't get any more. You can't make this shit up. You know what I'm saying?
What? That's actually a real thing. Luciferase. Luciferase.
Luciferase.
Luciferase. That's some real stuff. All right.
And
wow, that is crazy. What the hell?
Yeah, and that's supposed to be implemented by 2030. Actually, Bill Gates is behind it.
I mentioned that.
ID 2020. Look that up. ID 2020. And they're passing laws. I shared a couple of bills that they're passing here for, I can't remember what they call it. I apologize, guys. I wasn't expecting to speak on this tonight, so I don't have all my stuff. And I don't memorize all this because there's too much information for me to.
That's a lot of stuff. Yeah,
it is. I go through stuff constantly, so I can't memorize it. But they're passing laws so that this will be legal when the time comes. But I had to put that video over on Rumble because YouTube took it off. They banned it.
Well, they try. Okay, I might not show too much of this thing, then, but 1.1 billion. So this is the way everybody will have an ID.
Yeah.
Why can't they just go to the freaking DMV and get an ID? You know what I'm saying?
Because they're saying that can be compromised, that everybody deserves, this is their spiel, everybody deserves a protected identification. It has to be protected. That's how they're going to sell it.
Wow.
They're already doing this to babies in like Bangladesh. You can read all about it on that ID 2020.
They're doing this in places that are kind of like out of the reach for people, media and social medias and cameras. And
just like they do with the certain medications, they take them to these poor people in the Congo, and shoot them up and
do it to them first.
Yeah, sad. But that's where we're headed. And without that, you will not be able to get a job. You will not be able to go to the store, buy, sell, nothing. You won't be a part of society.
I'll just have to find a way to live in some of these caves, kick a bear out of its house, and then stay
Cave
there.
is the life for me.
Had to restart as a hunter-gatherer society.
That's
Right.
why it's so important for people to start building strong, self-sustaining communities where everything can be done. Your schooling, your birthing of babies, your medicine, everything in one confined community. Because without that, going forward 2030, you ain't gonna make it.
See, that's how I'm trying to get Bug Dude seen it. I'm gonna go check that out again as well.
Thank you, Bug
I've been
Dude.
having to work so much.
Hey, bud, we're all working our tails off trying to get through this mess.
Let me see this right here. Hava had a question about the quantum dot. Let me go back up here.
Sure. Sorry, I missed it. It's hard to keep up with chat. And
Is it the Killer Cobb also said, I'll go Killer Cobb's next. He said, Hava said, is the quantum dot the tech that can digitally give you meds like a download, i.e. no need for pharmacy?
that is a possibility. They have launched 500 satellites to where they can monitor people, like they can monitor your health and stuff. And I think that is possible for the future, Hava, that they can do. They will end up doing that, possibly. I've kind of read about it, but I don't think it'll initially be that.
Okay, and Cobb, he was like, what if your credit score goes up? Is what Killer Cobb said.
What does he mean? If your
What do you
credit
mean
score-
by that, Kenny?
If your credit score goes up, I guess that would be a good thing.
Oh, he might be talking to somebody inside of the in the
Oh,
chat. My
yeah.
bad. He's talking about it. My bad. Roman Prepper, my brother.
Hey, Rome, what's up?
Good to see you, man.
You was making me hungry the other day with them Mexican tacos.
The sound of that makes me hungry.
I know. It's what we're having tomorrow night.
I'm thinking about putting out a. Okay, that was a good answer. That's what's up.
You're welcome, Hava.
Okay. Now, I went squirrel for a second and had to roll me back in.
What do you want to talk about? I have no idea.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be trying to make some Japanese. Oh shoot, he said he made some Japanese noodles today. That sounds good. I'm gonna check into those recipes. I'm gonna be making a steak. I'm gonna be trying to show a video you guys how I make a steak and shit.
Awesome.
In the next couple of days, we'll see what's good. I got a potato dump coming out. I helped my buddy dump out his potatoes. He watered them more than I watered mine. Because over at my house, I watered. I wasn't. They weren't taken care of as good. I feel like I think we dumped them a little too soon. Me and Mrs. Pilgrim, but I helped my buddy dump his today, and he had like easily, I'd say about maybe 10 pounds, 15 pounds, or something like that.
Good job.
So it's a good haul.
We're getting ready to, here soon, we'll be dumping our sweet potatoes to see what we got.
Oh, I would have got some of them. I wish I would have. But next year, I'm going to be doing all kinds of stuff, though. This is my first time gardening. We'll see what's up next year.
Well, this year was hard with me because I wasn't able to do a whole lot, having my leg surgery and everything. But next year, it's on. I'm so excited.
I feel that. I'm going to try to do. I'm thinking about trying to put in some beets or something like that for a winter or fall garden or whatever.
Yeah, we're getting ready to start sowing our green seeds. Turnip, mustard, spinach, stuff like that. This week.
Okay. I need to get on that. I'm just now getting into we're kind of getting into a new place and stuff like that.
Good
So
for you.
going in between those things.
So did you guys work it out, or y'all back together?
Oh, not quite yet, but we're almost there. You know, I got this thing back on my hand again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all going
hard.
good.
It's so hard to be young and married and have a little one. We've been there and done that.
Yeah, you know, and it's just a part of the journey. You know, it'll help make us appreciate each other a little bit more. You know, we'll realize what we got a little bit more. But sometimes it's hard not to be.
Thank you, bud.
Oh, there's a rumble. Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't.
So they took it down on YouTube for you
and gave me a warning.
Wow. They completely demonetized, or they didn't completely. They demonetized Hutch for 3 months over. Yeah, that's jacked up, huh? Over a video that wasn't even uploaded to public. It was on his unlisted and private stuff.
You're kidding, God. See, everybody's like, "Don't be mad. You read the what not to say and what to say. You signed the agreement." Bullshit. That agreement does not give you specifically what you can and cannot talk about. And when they say you violated community bullshit, excuse my language, they're not specific about what it is you said or what you did. It's so open that if they just don't like it, you know what I mean?
I'm trying to get there in the next couple months, so we'll see what's good. I'll be, but I think we're not too far off, though. You know, so we got everywhere. The community is so much love, though. That's what makes it worth doing this, is because of the people who are sitting here talking with us and listening with us. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the love, you know. And I definitely like to. We'll see what's good. You know, who knows what, you know, hopefully by 2030, this prepping community people would become like our own news channel or something like that.
Absolutely. You know, every time I start doing a news video, especially my Monday Morning Madness, I want to go, "Good morning, Vietnam," because I feel like we're in a freaking war.
That is how it's spiritual war, physical war, mental war, like
it's on the whole thing.
I was wanting to be a part of this Patriot rally so bad. I was like, let's Patriot rally. Ladies and gentlemen, the Roman Prepper.
What's up?
Good to see you, Bubba. How you doing?
Good. What are we talking about today? Who's in trouble?
I was thinking that
besides China.
I don't know. I was going to ask you some questions about that because I'm not too informed. But I think that they're trying to I think that they're trying to get people to come back to DC again to kind of get more people in trouble or something like that. Because I was like, man, Patriot rally, let's do it. And now I'm like, whoa, maybe never mind. I heard some news recently.
It's funny you say that. I'd read somewhere that all the organizations, you know, the Proud Boys, all the Patriot right organizations were like, don't go. And if you go, don't wear anything marked
patriotic
other than a flag. No political endorsements like Mr. T. Nothing like that. Just show up and stand right here. Anyone who goes somewhere else is not one of us. They're a plant, is basically what they were telling these guys. That's why it was such a small group, and they just kind of stood there real quiet. They knew.
Wow, that's crazy.
See, this whole thing is nothing but to shatter us. That's all it is. There's no way that you're going to get to the actual enemy, and going and standing and having a fit in the streets is not going to do any good. And I hate it, but it just ain't 1776. It's just not.
I wish it could be, though. Like, I wish we could be tearing this shit down, but what is 5 people going to do besides get beaten up by the police? You know what I'm saying? Getting arrested.
You'll become a martyr. I mean, look at January 6th. Nobody's there for them folks.
Ashley Tibbet. Or Ashley Bibbit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she got shot.
That's sad.
It's kind of a mess. It's almost like they're trying to crater their own stuff. I mean,
Oh yeah, it's global too. It's not just here. They're doing it in every country across the globe. And it is to further the one world agenda, NWO. That's all it is.
you saw the Australians today?
Not today, but I've been watching them. I probably have gotten some in my emails. What happened?
There was a pile of them. They basically took over the middle of the Capitol. And the police were there in a line, the usual with the speaker saying, you must leave or we'll be picking you up. And then one guy runs up and moons the cops and they're flipping the bird. Josh!
Woo!
What up?
What's up,
Mad Dog! Mad Dog!
Is that right? What's up, y'all?
Got an all-star panel once again.
Roman.
I have
What's
a
up?
lot of respect for the Aussies and the fridge. The fridge don't take no mess neither. But at the end of the day, it's not going to, in my opinion, make any. It's not going to stop it. It's just not.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's just going to continue. But if you don't do it, then they get to do whatever they want. Now they have
They're
to.
going to anyway.
But they have to be careful. They make the wrong step and they'll cause a scene. There are reporters watching now. Everyone's watching. So
Who'd all said they was throwing stuff at the police?
Man, they were fighting the police.
That's what's
Legit.
up.
People are upset, and they have a right to be.
Yeah. I have a question for y'all, though. Seriously, I need you guys' help, man. Seriously.
What?
I am scared of mags. I am legit scared of mags.
For what?
Mags. Mutual.
Not being
assured.
able
Not
to
for what?
trust.
For what reason? I mean, my bad.
I figured that's what you mean, not like the magazine and a pistol. I'd be like,
Yeah,
but those
right.
don't do
No,
anything.
I can work with those. No, seriously. Look, I've seen all the movies. The Walking Dead, Black Summer. I've seen all the movies, right? And like, these are movies. So we're talking real life, like actual no law. The mag creates the law.
Mm-hmm.
And that just scares me. I feel like I have somewhat control with my surroundings until somebody comes and burns it down and I got to dip out.
Right.
So
But
it's a
Go
trust
ahead.
factor in somebody becoming a tyrant leader type deal. Is that what it is?
Yeah, we want all your ammo. We want all your
I
ammo.
shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, maybe.
Sorry.
Now she's going to get us all banned.
Sorry.
It was nice
That
knowing you
was-
guys.
That was instinctual. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you were right though. That was the what up. But it's like, okay, so all right, so look, we will provide security and safety, but we want all your ammo. We want all your pews. We want your preps.
Food.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that anymore. This is a collective.
A whole Negan thing.
Man, I hate. Yeah,
I
And
mean,
I-
Negan's kind of cliche now because the character changed, but still, yeah, I get what you're saying.
so talk me. Tell me that I'm wrong. And
No, you're not wrong. They're going to be good and bad. I mean,
Okay.
and you're going to have good groups against bad groups. I mean, you're going to have bad people that are going to form together. And I think it's going to be gangish. But I don't think it's a horrible idea for everybody to come together and pull their things together, but you'd have to have a mutual agreement.
right.
And someone would have to enforce those laws or
Negan.
whatever.
Negan.
Yeah, and literally, do what you got to do when they step the line.
I started a whole Walking Dead thing with Josh.
No, man, that's exactly what I was thinking. That's what I was talking about.
My brother has a cat he calls Negan.
You don't want me to grab my back.
Yeah. Smacks
Oh,
everyone in the house.
Lucille. I want
Yeah.
a Lucille so bad.
Yeah,
Someone was selling one at a gun show out here.
I have
They
it.
were here too.
Oh, you bought one?
It's on the wall. My stepson got it for me. Yeah, the barbed wire with the American flag.
Those would be pretty easy to make. I've got a good old wooden bat. I just got to get some barbed wire.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
if
it's a valid concern if you don't vet the people
yes,
you've included.
And then if you do, Roman, here's the thing: you don't know how people are going to do under pressure. I mean, people are going to go back, shit crazy when they can't take it. You might think they can, but then when it happens, it's just going to be weeding out. I don't know. I mean, that's a hard one.
People I know are about to go crazy any minute now today. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because they have to wear something on their face and they're freaking out.
Yeah.
Like,
that's so true.
Well, you do the chupacabras are running up and down the street, and then they really freak out, I don't know what a chupacabra looks like, but
it ain't normal.
Seriously.
If you see something that ain't normal,
Yeah, but I've got to work on that because I hear a lot of people talking about mags. I've talked about mags, and I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like,
it needs to be a group thing, though. It needs like the leader of like each family, like the head of each household. Let's say you got 10 families or something like that. Then there'd be 10 leaders to evenly, distribute the things and to put down the law. But if somebody was to try to go above the what is that, like an oligarchy or something like that? If somebody tries to go above that, then they would get knocked down and they would get kicked. They'd get exiled from the tribe.
Now, I'm going to tell you my perspective and how I think it works best, but a lot of people aren't going to like it. And that's the communities that I know that are existing and have been existing for 20 or 30 years already. And they operate under the biblical law. And if you break that law, you're out. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. One person owns the land, but they all have, and they've all pulled their resources, but they all understand and follow the same law. I don't know. That has worked.
Hutch. Yes. Yeah. Decisions. Yeah.
It's funny that we had a loosely affiliated one in Houston, and it was all guard guys that I deployed with for Harvey. So the worthless ones, I'm like, you're a buffoon, and I don't like you. So we're gonna exclude you. But we were checking up on each other. There were certain restaurants we knew were on high ground, so we spoke to the manager and we're like, hey, since you're the only place open here, we're gonna come here every noon, and we would go if anyone needed anything, they'd go there. But
gotcha.
Most of my family is at this point are preppers in one way, shape, or form. So
that's awesome.
Oh, not mine.
So it's very kind of one of those. Yeah, I'll go here, you go there, and if you have to run out of New Orleans, you come here.
Gotcha.
I don't know. The chupacabra comes to West Texas, I have to go that way. And
yeah. Okay. All right.
So you may want to have just a loosely affiliated group that you can help each other without major commitments.
I mean, I've got a couple neighbors now, and like you said, that is highly loosely affiliated. Family, nah, I'm the only one here in my family in Texas. So it's like, seriously, for me to deal with the mag, it would be like, yeah, I got burned out of my crib, and we're bugging out, and I run across a mag, and it's like, hey, you need to come on in and be with us, and I'm like,
I think by the time let me see how to put this. I don't think that you're going to be in a neighborhood for very long before you're going to get burnt out.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but that's just not going to stand.
Yep.
Not for long.
Yeah.
It's just not. And I hate it, but.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
You ain't got enough. Ain't nobody got enough bullets for that.
Yeah. Seriously.
Here's what I think will happen, because a lot of people use the Roman Empire as their example. The empire, they say, oh, Rome got sacked, which it did, right? The Visigoths or some other came down and tore up the city. But Rome didn't go away. It moved. What we call balkanized. It broke up. And so what used to be where Hadrian's Wall is in England became what later became the English kingdom.
Gotcha.
And then they wound up fighting. So I would propose, think you and I are in Texas, right? Texas is the one of two states that has their own gold bullion. Like the governor literally could just say, "We got our own grid. We're now on the gold standard. Everyone else
Gotcha.
go away."
Mm-hmm.
And okay, now we got county level. So I could see it going to county level, regional level,
Okay.
which would be interesting.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. That's better than just every man for himself and just nomads and just that's some type of organization.
But the last time Texas kind of stood up, what happened to them?
Well, that's under the assumption the rest of the country's in the toilet too. I mean, who's gonna?
Hawaii would definitely become its own kingdom once again, though, for sure. That's a place that would no longer become the United States. If it's no longer connected to anybody or no electricity and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, they'll come running. They'll come back. They'll come running because it's yeah. No, things will be absolutely crazy on the war front. Yeah. So.
But if you guys think if society were to completely collapse, like to where we started over as hunter-gatherers and cave people again, we had to completely learn stuff over again. It was like we like Dark Ages type stuff again. Like we didn't have anybody that knew how to work any of the technology. What do you guys think it would be like 500 years later? Like, you know, I don't think they'd even be speaking the same English here as they would be speaking where you guys are at. You know what I'm saying? They would be speaking, it's like you talking about the fall of the Roman Empire. Is like they started like French and Spanish and Italian and all that stuff. You know, they became different versions of Latin. So I think that's going to happen. That's my theory. And 500 years later, from SHTF, like complete and total. But
500.
Yeah, what do you think? Do you think that's a little too far? Like, I don't know. Like,
No, you're good, but I can't even. Yeah, I can't even imagine like what'll be taking place or any of that in 500 years.
That's like the Time Machine. You remember that movie?
Yes, sir. That movie came
where he goes into the future and like the Morlocks, and they couldn't even. I read that book again as an adult, as opposed to when I was in high school. That was horrifying. I was like, "Oh, this is depressing, man. I'm never reading this book again.
Cannibalizing.
This is just awful.
Data.
I see probably in the future that there will be big smart cities where the bulk of people will live, and then people like us that choose to stay like us and don't convert to the big cities will be like nomads out here living very rough.
It would be cyborgs or something, like half robot and half something like that.
Well, at least that'll kick ass though, dude. That'd be better than being just like somebody struggling, you know.
Yeah, but they could be like Terminators running around.
That's terrible. And that's where we're at. It's gonna be like 50-50, like, you know. Half the people are gonna be trying to hold on to like life as we know it, and the other half is gonna be like, yeah, let's you know, traverse the galaxy.
I talked about an article in my life earlier, and the Israelis assassinated an Iranian scientist. Do you guys remember the movie The Jackal?
Thanks, Bug Dude. No.
With Bruce Willis played a bad guy, and at one point he's trying to assassinate a leader, and he has a machine gun on a turret in a van that he remote controls. That's how the Israelis kill the guy.
Oh, I remember that story.
They straight up drove a vehicle that had like a whole turret inside, and the guy was like 1,000 miles away. He pushed a button, the little doors open, and he went brrr, and he killed all the people.
I remember that story.
Oh, with Bruce Willis?
The movie was with Bruce Willis, but the Israelis did it for real. They killed an Iranian nuke scientist.
When did that happen? It was a while back, right?
It was just before the actual death.
Okay.
It happened in like November, December, like just before
I
got sworn in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
Because they were trying to figure out if it was like automated or remote or I remember that.
So that could wind up happening. Machines run amok, be chasing people down the street.
Yeah. Man, craziness. Hey, you know what I'm on right now? I saw this documentary, and it's crazy. It is crazy. I'm going back to Aliens. I know. We've done Aliens. I'm going back to Aliens. I watched this Stephen Greer video.
Mm-hmm. I remember him.
He's got a new one out.
CE5?
Yeah, it's a new one. Oh no. Appalachian. We got to get into this one.
Okay.
This dude, I watched this video. And, No, man, it's further than that, bro. It's Pilgrim. You got to get into this.
I'm listening to you.
ESP. If you watch this documentary, this dude, he has video where he's calling in these entities, these UFO. He's calling them in. Meditation.
Well,
ESP.
That's what they.
He's summoning them like.
There's groups that
They're coming into his groups.
There's groups that go out, and that's what they do. They'll go out like Arizona and places, and they'll summon them in. A lot of times when you see these things around the Capitol, it's because some satanic group is over there.
No.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do. And they summon them in, and you'll have sightings around the Vatican, around the what, because that's what they are.
I'm a firm believer. They're summoning them.
Absolutely, just like you do demons. Yeah, that's what because that's what they are.
Got to get into this. Yeah, that video blew my mind.
I'll have to watch.
What is the video called? Let me see.
It's Stephen Greer. It's like it's on Amazon. It's a new one. It's like CE5, but legit in his groups, they show all these craft, but they even show entities that like heal people. Like, and he's saying that they're working off. It's not electromagnetism. It's not. They're working off ESP.
Yeah, extrasensory perception. Yeah, they can transmit thought.
So that's when I'm back to aliens. I gotta talk about this and figure a couple things out.
That's awesome because that's going to be in our future as well. So we might as well wrap our mind around it.
You know, it's funny you say that. Remember War of the Worlds?
Yeah.
Have you guys read the book?
I have not.
Okay. That's how they communicated.
No.
And they were deformed because, they come to this planet and everything was different. But they would make these sounds, but a lot of it, they would, in the book, the original H.G. Wells book, the tripods would stop and they swore that they would communicate because all of a sudden they'd start doing other things.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, it blew my mind, and it talked about the coming war. I'm gonna shut up, but they actually had like current footage. The last footage that they were showing on MSM about the TikTok and everything.
Yeah,
they had current footage, and they were talking about like the higher ups talking about how this is a threat. Everything they mentioned is that this is a threat for an upcoming war that we will have to fight. Yeah,
we just created a whole new branch of the military.
Yeah,
Space Force, right?
Biden had the authority to disband it, and he hasn't.
Wow,
really?
I mean, think about it.
Yeah,
he's president. He could just say, "Hey, we'll go back through con." He didn't touch it.
Wow, I'm glad I talked to you guys about
He
this.
probably knows that the need is there.
Yeah,
the guy is like, it's just too obvious to me. Like I do believe that this is going to be an attack by what appears to be alien vessels, but I think it's at the end of the day. I think we're going to end up defeating these aliens, and we're going to come together as one world and one country after it. And we're going to be singing "Kumbaya" after that, all as one planet.
See, I see it as a way to further the agenda because the ultimate agenda is the NWO, and the UN will be our government, and the head of the UN will be the king. But in order to push us there, they could have this thing come from out, not within, so we're not fighting each other. And then we all look to that, and it will unite people together globally. Yes. Whether it be real or not, I don't know. Not saying that aliens aren't real, but the fact that is it a real threat? Because I know for a fact that our government has treaties with these things.
I think they're extra dimensional.
That's what he was saying.
Have taught our government. I mean, they've taught us all this technology in the last 100 years. We're friends with these people. We're not, but our governments had to be.
That's what he was saying.
So I don't think it's a real legit threat as much as it could be a way to unite us to further the agenda. That's just my thoughts.
That's exactly what they were saying.
It's a part
really?
of the agenda. This
I gotta watch
It's a
that
part
now.
of this agenda. That sounds like a badass documentary. I have
Yeah.
access to Amazon
I
Prime.
can't wait to watch it. Thanks.
Bro, one of the people I work with, doing my daily, I don't even know how, but he's like top up architect engineer for like, the people you're not supposed to talk about. And we got to talking, we're supposed to be doing exercises and we get to talking about Elon. And I'm like, aliens? He's like, I can't talk about it. Really? And then he tells me, hey, I saw this documentary. You should really check it out. And I watched it and it blew my mind.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch
Wow.
it. Thank you.
And it was
Absolutely.
Richard Greer.
Is that his name? Stephen Greer.
Stephen Greer. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been around a long time.
I've never really paid too much attention to him, but if he is summoning these craft, yeah, he talked about like government people like astral projecting and bumping into a craft and like looking into it and being like,
Well, shoot, man. I mean, they had F-18s chasing a drone, and they could barely keep up.
Yeah.
And I mean, they released the footage. The Navy even said, "Yeah, it's a unknown weapon system."
Yeah, that's the threat. That's the whole threat. That's the narrative.
Yeah, the
it's
narrative.
a threat in our airspace.
And I heard they wanted to clean up the population too, as well. Anyway,
man, there's so many things going on right now.
Well, that's part of the UN Agenda 2030. Absolutely. They only need a certain percentage of us to do what needs to be done to meet their needs. There's
Okay,
too many of us.
That sounds like The Colony now. Have you seen that series?
Yeah.
No.
What is that on? Is it on Amazon or is it on Netflix?
Oh Lord, I don't remember.
I stopped watching it a while ago, but I enjoyed it.
I saw the first.
What's up with the volcano? Is it going to be a tsunami?
Is it going to split? I don't know.
Where this volcano? Where is it at again? Is it like
it's
the Canary
Spain or
Islands?
something? Yeah,
Tsunami.
It's right offshore Europe.
It's still cooking.
It's where the gates of Gibraltar and stuff like that. Morocco or some shit.
Yeah, up in the Canary Islands. Yeah.
They're speaking Spanish in Africa. I was like, how does this work?
I found out a funny fact real quick about why they call it the Canary Islands. It's not called that because of the bird. It's called that because that's the Latin word for dog, and that's where the Romans would get all their dogs from back in the day.
What?
Yeah, I was like, what? Yeah, because that's where I was looking up this volcano stuff, and I was like, oh, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool fact. Thanks.
But what's up with this volcano, though? Is it going to affect us in a negative way, or is there going to be?
It could very much so. Yes. See, if the island splits and part of that volcano or mountain falls into the ocean, it will cause a tsunami so large that it would completely cover Florida and it would come inland several miles. It would destroy the East Coast. What's wild is all the buoys are not working now in the Atlantic Ocean, except for one. There's only one online. The other four are not working. So if there was a tsunami, there's no way for them to warn people. Yeah, the timing. How about that?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I don't know. But
So
man, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if you're on the East Coast or in Florida, keep your eyes peeled so that you know, because you've got 8 hours from the time that this thing falls, or if it happens, you've got 8 hours to get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah.
And you may not get a warning.
But I mean, like Etna, I mean, they say Etna's it's always erupting. Etna, Iceland, Alaska, this one, it's just like, are you serious?
It's
like,
off the chain. Yeah.
I'm waiting for them to say something about Yellowstone. Jeez.
Well, hey, Yellowstone had a swarm of almost 100 earthquakes the other day. I reported on it. And it's not unusual for them to have swarms, but they were kind of significant, like 3s and 4s and 2s, bigger than normal. So that was unusual. So that is heating up. And there's actually steam coming out of the ground, and has been for a while in Missouri and Arkansas, but that's coming from the Yellowstone. It's because the tectonic plates are shifting globally.
The Earth
I mean,
is pissed.
that's it. Absolutely. The Earth is pissed off.
Mother Nature.
I'm getting rid of y'all bacteria on the surface. Yeah.
Cleanse thyself.
Food shortages. Yeah. I'm seeing my like the dollar stores and stuff. I'm seeing it, to be honest with you. I
There's
am.
none here where I'm at in my particular part.
Yeah.
We're representing Tennessee up here. We got Texas in the house down below us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't think
Yeah.
of that.
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the shortages, but it's like I said, it's mostly dollar stores. Every now and then at the Walmarts and the Krogers, it's kind of off and on. But yeah, I'm a little worried about it.
That's
It's
the
ra-
better way to put it, because every now and then there won't be stuff in any of my places either.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
random. It's random. You go
Yeah.
in and you can't find certain things, and you
Right.
go to 10 stores and can't find it. It's
Yeah.
random.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Eric.
Evening, Eric.
We're in the 12,000 year time global extinction event. Yeah.
I believe in that. I believe we start over each. I believe it's like a cycle. It's just like we start over again. But I want to believe that. I choose like I also have like religious beliefs as well. But
like
I
what?
also like Jesus Christ is my God, baby, all day. I'm not going to deny it.
Like
I just messing with you.
I'm not going to deny it, but but I
he's
just
just provoking now. Josh is just poking.
We're all good, brother.
Antagonizing.
Yeah.
But I just feel like this has all seemed like this has all happened before, though. It seems like this is all familiar, though. It just feels like like shortages, diseases, wars, like this, but it seemed this particular to us. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? It's like a mass deja vu on all of us.
Yes.
Well, you know that in this time 100 years ago, in the early 1900s to about 1940 something, they thought it was the end of the world because all this was going on then. Not to this extent, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah,
Well,
we're in it.
I think if you look at history, right, you had World War One, right, which basically destroyed all the old kingdoms, the Tsar, and all those things. We wound up with communism, which was awesome, and then the Spanish flu, and right after that we had economic cratering. Not 10 years later,
The Dust Bowl.
right, and then World War II rolled in, which really was the continuation of everyone pissed off at World War I before that.
True.
And we're seeing that same pattern.
Exactly.
Where you have an economic collapse and illness that spreads and disrupts things.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have that maneuvering of the big countries again with a bunch of alliances that are like this.
Mm-hmm.
And, it takes one knucklehead to do the right thing somewhere.
I don't know that this, and I can't speak on back then, but today I think a lot of it is engineered.
Yeah.
It's not by accident that, this didn't all just naturally happen. This shit was released. They're messing with the weather. I mean, it's engineered.
Yes. Yeah. They're trying to lock us here, y'all. They're trying to keep us here.
I don't think it was just the Chinese that did it by themselves. So I think that there are people in the United States government that was involved. I think all the governments of the world are involved with this to put their people against each other. Because I met you know what I mean?
Thank you. Yes, I know exactly what you mean. They're all in the same freaking club, every one of them, and it's proven and documented.
You know what's funny? They don't like each other. A lot of these guys, like they don't trust each other.
Really?
A lot of that is dog and pony show.
Well, they're dominating each other behind closed doors, doing all kinds. They're Greek wrestling and shit. It's not behind the scenes though. They're it's a whole different story.
What are you saying, Roman?
I think all of them want to be the leader of the world. What I'm saying is, folks like that, when they feel so entitled as to try to control the general populace, they're very arrogant.
Okay.
They're
Yes.
gonna want to be the big dog. So when it comes down to it, you know, I won't say the names, but you know, the bank guy or
Yeah.
the other guy or this steel guy, they're gonna be like, no, wait a minute, no, I can be a better
Yeah.
leader than you. They're maybe not. Maybe they have this secret little council somewhere and they're kind of just pushing buttons. But
Yeah.
I have a feeling some of these guys are like,
I
you
hear
know,
you.
somebody's going to want to be the king.
They're going
I
to be
do-
only one, like Highlander.
I do
Yeah.
think that they play games and they try to outmaneuver each other and outdo each other. And we're the chess pieces, okay?
Yes.
We're the game board pieces. But and they do try to one up each other and all this and that. But at the end of the day, I think they all play for the same team.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
But they do. What is that movie? It's where the guy is poor and then there's the guy that's rich and they switch them and it's the two old geezers that are kind of playing.
Trading
Oh,
Places,
Trading
Eddie
Places.
Murphy and Dan
Yes.
Aykroyd.
Go,
Okay. The two old rich men that are kind of playing with these people's lives. That's exactly what.
That happens in
These-
real life, dude. Like,
But on a global scale, you know.
Yeah.
at Tyson Chicken, you guys look this up. Tyson Chicken, the processing company for this, they're playing. They're like betting, gambling with the insurance policies of their employees. Where they were saying like, when do you think such and such has cancer? How long do you think they got till they die? And then they'd bet like stuff like that.
Sick people.
Yeah, and they have recordings of them laughing and joking and be like, "Oh man, he lasted longer than I thought they
That's
would."
the thing, the entitlement.
Yeah.
I guess I'm hedging on certain people's greed and arrogance.
They are. I agree with that wholeheartedly, Roman. They're sick, greedy bastards.
Yeah.
That's old money too.
Scary stuff, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Man.
Hey,
I don't-
Doc.
Speaking of that, did you guys see the Chinese cratered their own economic market yesterday?
Yes.
What is that? I have no idea.
Evergrande
about
or
that.
something?
The housing market
Yeah.
exploded.
What does that mean? What is that going to have? What does that mean for China now?
They have a company that's kind of like their version of Fannie Mae, right? It subsidizes building. And the thing's going in default
No.
for like $300 billion. That's the interest payment. And so and guess who all the investors are? That's the Western countries.
No.
So it's the exact opposite of what they did with us with the trade. They did to themselves. And so all the countries are like, well, if you don't pay, we're just not going to loan you anything anymore. And
We're in trouble.
Well, then if the government intervenes, then it's going to crater all the other Chinese companies. Because
Yeah.
people are like, oh no, y'all are playing,
Right.
you have bad books.
Yeah.
Right. So the government there apparently is trying to figure out how they want to handle it.
Wow.
And it just,
That's crazy.
it's
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Josh.
I didn't know exactly what that meant. I've seen it a couple times, throughout today. The Evergrande, but I didn't know what that meant. Bro, we have the petrodollar. We have the printing press. Can they do what we can do?
Thing. Their dollar, their yuan, has dropped by like 20-30%. It's just been a mess. They don't know what to do.
28%, yeah.
Was it 28%?
Last I looked.
That's what's going on.
Right. So they're freaking out because they shut their own port down because of the cootie. And LA port's backlogged, so they can't deliver stuff and get paid.
I'm going to get more rice and beans.
Now, this is what I was told back in
That's coming from Brazil. We should be good there.
All right.
You got that big bag. Right.
I didn't see it.
South America,
Here you go,
y'all.
Josh.
That's what's up, brother. Let me get a cup of that, man. Come on.
I'll email you one, yes, sir.
All right. I appreciate it.
South America's been in trouble for a while. We can't even get intel out of South America, so I don't know that we can trust all that. But I was told back in June, when you start seeing it go down, over there, it'll be like a domino effect.
Yeah.
So to me, that was the start of it going down over there. And you can, I believe, now I could be wrong, but this was intel that I was told back in June that when one started, it would be a domino.
Yes.
So to just watch it. So heads up, buttercups.
Man.
Right. Well, because
hardcore
if they
prepping.
crater, it's gonna mess with everyone. I mean,
Absolutely.
even if the U.S. is like, you know what, you all sunk your own ship, we'll sit here and laugh at you. It's still gonna affect us, right?
Yes.
Because we're already operating on such a global scale that one cannot not affect the other.
Yeah.
Now, Hutch has a good point. That's how wars start. So here's the thing, right? The U.S. has 70% of the microprocessor market. Taiwan has 10. China has 4.
Oh. Okay.
My fear is China's going to freak out and do what Tom Clancy predicted and go, we're going to go into Taiwan and go into Siberia and take their resources.
Yeah.
And we all
That's
know
a good
Putin
call.
would not like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
That would get ugly. And I mean,
Yeah.
think about it. Siberia has rare earth minerals like Afghanistan does in the mountains.
Right.
They've got gold. They got oil. Big oil fields. I got friends who work there.
That's a good assumption there, Roman. Yeah.
I have tons of seasonings. Don't even worry about it. I got gravies. I got seasonings. I got you name it. I got it.
Would we be allies with
seasoning.
Russia in that?
Everything.
Would we ally with Russia in that particular instance, though, in a war against China?
I don't know if anyone would want to touch that, man. That would be an
know.
awful show.
Yeah.
Oh, just let Russia and China duke it out with each other instead.
Well, I can see Russia saying, "Yeah, we're not going to fight your, 100 million man army, so we're going to nuke your army," and then that would go sideways.
And Putin's temperament would be like,
Yeah.
So KGB, he'll be like,
mother truckers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I killed your uncle in 1967.
Yeah.
I kill you now. It's
I kill you now. My thing is, will comms still be up when this happens? You know what I'm saying?
Well, what?
Will comms still be up when this happens? Will it be televised, or will we be sitting here in the dark like, there's Russian troops falling out of the sky in North Carolina, and I heard that from a buddy down the street somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, half the world's been like exploded, and we're just sitting here in the dark like, yeah, where's the rice?
Happened.
Yeah, where's the beans and rice? I'm trying to survive.
I was gonna say that, I'm not. I thought about it.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Shoot, if they leave Romanian paratroopers in here, they'll just defect upon landing. They'll be like, okay, we're here. We don't want to go back.
We're good. Yeah, we're good.
We'll change flags. It's only Velcro.
Boom. We made it. We're here. Yeah. I don't know, man. And Kamala's, she just hasn't been seen for a while now, apparently. Like, she's just MIA, absolutely.
That's kind of weird, huh?
Bro.
I don't know why she even exists.
I don't know why she even exists.
I don't.
It's for a reason. There is a reason. You don't become vice president by chance.
That's true. That's true. But I've yet to figure out why.
Yeah. Yeah, it's scary.
She's useless as a tit on a turkey.
Yeah.
That's an image, girl. God, no.
I know it. That's why I laughed.
I'm sorry, guys.
Where are those on a turkey?
I don't know. They don't breastfeed, so they don't have them.
Oh my God.
That's why they're useless.
That's so bad. See, now you've said that, and I'm gonna go somewhere,
man,
and I'm gonna be in a business meeting. We'll be suit and tie, and I'll be like, "That dude's about as useful as kids." And they're gonna be like, "Dude, get out! Just go over there. You're being an ass in a meeting again. We don't like you."
Yeah.
Guys, I just got some news. There's a ransomware attack on a food production, grain, pork, and chicken supply.
Yep.
I don't know all the details, but
Bug Dude was talking about. Where is that? Where though?
Let me see.
I can confirm.
Let me see.
I can confirm.
Tofu turkey.
man, and that's a whole other deal too. The ransomware stuff. It's there's so many.
I found a link. I'm going to throw it in here.
See, I think that whole ransomware thing and is going to tie into why we have to have secure ID.
It makes sense.
Absolutely.
That could be.
I'm just prepping. I'm prepping. When it gets beyond crazy and like it's like this, it's that, this is happening now. Why? Nope. I'm locking the door and I'll see you guys in a couple weeks until they burn my.
I found one article: 5.9 million ransomware attack on farming co-op may cause food shortage, and then the reporter puts no chicken, grain, or pork for you. Iowa-based provider of agriculture services new cooperative has been hit by a ransomware attack, forcing it to take its systems offline.
There you go.
The Black Matter Group that is behind the attack has put forth a $5 million ransom. The cooperative has been stating the attack could significantly impact the public supply of grain, pork, and chicken. Well, hell's bells, boys and girls.
Grain, pork, and chicken.
Well,
mind you, the chickens will still be there. The chickens were not hacked. Just the computers.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
This sucks.
This is why I'm mentally and spiritually preparing, because I mean, to be honest with you, seriously, you can probably throw just about anything at me right now, and I'm gonna be like, okay, let's roll. Let's do what we need to do.
That's like when the aliens come, I'm gonna be out my garden. Y'all want some sweet tea? I mean, it's like, at what point do we even give a shit? You know?
Yeah, seriously,
Hey,
they're here.
Hey, boys.
Hey, good to see you.
I'd be like, hop in the back of the truck. We'll go for a drive. I'll show you all the pump jacks out. You want to see a cow? You ever seen an earth cow? Come on, get in the truck. Let's go. Don't eat my dogs. You know?
Yeah. Seriously, man. That's really where I'm trying to get to.
So Iowa, they produce a lot of corn. So most of our processed foods come from corn. You know, they process corn to make it. So that's going to hurt. If it continues, it may go back online tomorrow. Who knows?
Yeah, 5.9. That's not a whole.
Maybe that's
lot
going to jack up the prices or anything like that.
Probably anything to.
I think the market's going to freak out. Like the investors will be like, and they're going to start buying up or down. But
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
This is awful, ain't it?
Yeah,
this is where we're at, you guys. This is where we are at. Seriously, it's
every day is something else. Every day.
Yeah. Oh, Josh, HEB has some specials on meat yesterday. So
really,
yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm checking out. I'm checking out.
When you get the coupon with the free tortillas, I'm just throwing that there because the HEBs. That's like all the preppers in Texas where there's a sale and we all start emailing each other, dude.
Really? Gotta hit me up, brother. You gotta hit me up. I want to be included.
Put him on that list.
I've been putting them on Instagram.
What?
And I've been taking pictures of the coupons.
Yeah, all right.
I sometimes take the picture and forget, and then a month later I look and I'm like, why do I have a picture of a coupon?
Yeah, I don't have any of that stuff anymore, man. Facebook, Instagram.
You went dark, didn't you?
I'm focusing spiritually. I'm focusing. I'm focusing on seriously.
Well, the way we're being attacked, it's just a matter of time before. I'm sure we're all on the list already anyway, but
yeah.
They'll start shutting us down.
Yeah, so
I'm hearing it might affect us within days or some shit. Like,
really?
There's some kind of CO2 crisis or something.
I heard about that.
A what?
I heard.
Some kind of that's what they use to preserve the food, right? To keep it cool inside the trucks and stuff.
I heard about that one.
I didn't hear about that one yet.
Yeah.
Heroic prepper, my brother.
So it may seriously be a really hard winter. I mean, for real.
Winter is coming, dude. That's why it's House Stark's motto, dude.
Yeah.
The UK's saying they're struggling too.
Bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it? Do you think they're gonna try to? Is it because of that Brexit? You think, or do you think they're trying?
No,
to,
they're actually mentioning the CO2, the market.
Oh, really, all that stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I think the CO2 is dealing. It's more so with them, and now it's like coming over here. I think earlier this morning, that's kind of what I heard.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Ah, jeez.
Y'all.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab some more canned chicken.
I'm gonna have to get my canned food game up too, for sure.
You know where I messed up at? So
What?
protein. You guys were talking about protein earlier, like meat and stuff. So I was like, I got that covered. I went and bought like, I don't know, man, just like 10, 15 of those tubs of like protein, like workout, the protein, whey protein.
Mhm.
Right.
I was like, yeah, I'll just mix this up with some water. Last week I went through and like I opened 2 of the containers and they were just crawling with. I should have frozen them for like the 3 days, but they were just crawling with like bugs.
Shoot.
I had to toss all of them out.
Wait, what was a protein powder?
Yeah, it's the whey protein.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
for
20
working out,
bucks.
the folks
Yeah.
for workouts.
So that would be a
That's-
protein supplement.
It's a good source of protein, yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I had like seriously like 10, 15 of them, and I cracked open like
Bags
2.
or
No, it's the plastic containers, and I cracked open like 2 or 3, pulled off the seal off the top, and legit they had crawlies in them. So I was like, that's not gonna work.
Extra protein.
I think I'll try to freeze them if I buy any more. Yeah, seriously.
What
You know,
causes that exact? What do you
I
did you
should've
say?
kept
What,
them.
what exactly causes that again? I apologize if I missed it. What
It's just
worm?
the egg. Supposedly it's
Really?
just the eggs or whatever. The everything.
yeah, if it
supposedly-
gets in at the manufacturing point,
Yeah,
or it sneaks in later, it just
yeah.
Well, most food just has eggs in it. I mean,
Uh-huh.
most of our grains and stuff, even your rice there. So you
Yeah.
have to freeze it or use diatomaceous earth.
Ah,
That'll
Okay.
kill them, and it's not harmful to
CNGH.
humans.
I've got some. Do you sprinkle some of that in, or
Yeah, as long as it's food grade.
I know Alaska Prepper was like, you need to freeze it, put it in the freezer for 3 days, and then it'll kill everything. So
Almost everything, but diatomaceous earth will kill everything.
see, but that
It's
should
actually
have been
better.
That should have been sealed.
it
It
was.
was.
I
but
took the top
everything
off.
inside.
I took the top off, and then it still had that seal that you have to peel off. And legit, I peeled it off and looked in, and yeah, they were like little black dills crawling all around and
They
wiggling.
had hatched in there, yeah.
I was like, "This is my protein."
So,
Yeah.
heroic prepper, what sector of the stock markets do you work in? I mean, I'm not specifically, but are you a broker? Or, I mean, what do you? But the markets
he's
are
cool.
always.
Join us, heroic.
Yeah, he's cool. I subbed to him. He was on last time I hopped on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was definitely I think he lives like he said he lives like 30 minutes away from New York City or something like that. Like he works in the city.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, dude, like that's
Yeah.
pretty insane.
So the stocks are already freaking out. What does crypto look like? Should we buy in or stay out? Give us
From all
the
prepping.
intel.
Yeah, give it if you can't join us, heroic. Give us.
I
the
sold my
intel in
crypto.
the chat.
I
he's
sold it.
got- Did
But
you?
I wish I wouldn't have.
What kind was it? Was it
Man, I'm
Bitcoin,
cheap.
Doge?
No, bro. No, bro. I'm cheap,
Dogecoin.
man. I had like a ton of Dogecoin, which was
Okay.
doing really good for a moment, and I was like,
But
nah.
if you took
Just want to
that
get out
money,
of it, huh?
if you took that money out and used it for preps, you're probably in the long run better off. I'm just
Think so?
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I like to say that I guess I kind of did. You know.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
food's only going to go up.
Yeah, I got some freedom seeds.
You can't never go wrong with that.
That's right. That's
Just
right.
Next time, freeze your powder.
Yeah, that's what definitely. Because
Yeah,
I
that
think that
was
would be a
the-
good prep. I think
The
it'd be a
chat
good
got
prep.
flooded with freezing.
But it should have
powder.
been sealed, man. That doesn't sound right.
Man, yeah, and that's what I thought. That's why I never questioned it. But
You know,
I was
like the pasta in the cardboard boxes, like Berea, You
Mhm.
sometimes get critters in there, but it's a box, right? They
Yeah.
can squeeze through, but
Yeah.
a sealed container, that ain't right.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I even had the one where it's like the whole thing is in a bag, but it has individual serving, like they're like in a plastic sealed bag. So you just take one out, you throw it in your shaker, and you shake it, and you're good to go. Even those, man. I like open one, and I was like, wow, they're in here too.
Well, when they seal that food up, it already has the
critter in there, yeah.
eggs in it, and
The
then they
eggs.
hatch. Yeah, if it's
Yeah.
not dealt with over a certain period of time.
Focus on driving, Grandma Prepper.
Hey guys, I gotta go. It's 8:00 here. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Appalachian.
Take care, hon.
Bye, guys.
Be safe.
Appalachian. CE5. We need to get into that. No, I'm
I got it.
serious.
I got it pulled up. I'll
All
watch
right,
it
okay.
and I'll email you.
All right. Gotcha.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Later.
Appalachian PIA.
Eric Johnson, I like that. Might have better luck with Monopoly money.
Yeah, this my buddy was trying to get me into coin. It was Coinbase.com or something like that.
Oh, yes.
Or-
Mhm. Yeah.
that's a good one?
Coinbase, what is it like? Is that the wallet? That's the wallet where you can actually keep your crypto.
Yeah, and he says you get like $10 worth of crypto or something like that. Like something.
Yeah.
I want to try to
didn't-
get him on here.
I didn't own my crypto. It was like there, and you know what I mean. With Coinbase, supposedly you have your crypto. I guess.
Let me see if I can get this man on here.
Man, that's crazy stuff. But you know, ever since they hacked SolarWinds, right after that, they hit the DoD, Department of Energy. They hit agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
They hit a bunch of federal agencies, and now we're seeing the pipeline. Now we're seeing the food hack and the meat hack. Didn't they do a meat hack right after the pipeline?
I think so. Yeah.
I heard something like that.
But wasn't there a couple like sectors that Potato was like, you guys can't hit these sectors or something like that?
He told Putin that, but
yeah.
Putin's probably doesn't even care. Like I don't
We're in
even
trouble.
think he directs. He's like, it's some Russians are doing it, but it benefits me, so I'm whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't do it, and I kept my word. You know,
We're in
if
trouble.
Potatoes thinks that I control all these people, then
Yeah. Yeah, we're in trouble, man.
crazy, man.
Yeah, I agree.
But gentlemen, I'm gonna take my leave. I gotta get a few things done. Pilgrim Josh, thank you.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go do a quick
Roman,
video.
It's always good talking to you, brother. It's
Same
always
here,
good,
man.
dude.
I enjoyed talking to both of y'all. If I'm in your neck of the woods, Josh, I will ping you. We'll
Yes, sir. I'm from
trade
New
some
Orleans. Yeah, I'm
No
from
kidding.
New Orleans. Yeah.
Actually, we got some trips planned there,
there you
but
go.
not business. Those are social.
Gotcha.
Heard that.
Excellent.
But-
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Bam.
Y'all stay blessed. You guys be careful out there.
Prep up. Prep up, people.
Yes, he's absolute. Once they screw.
Yeah.
Heart and words of wisdom from Eric Johnson.
I have those in my preps too.
You gotta put nudie magazines in your prep sometimes, dude. Yeah.
That's Demcat. Yeah, that's Demcat. Yeah. All right, guys.
Thank you,
Hey,
Josh.
I'll
Roman
holler at you.
Pepper,
Bam.
Be good.
Roman.
Chat.
Pilgrim.
Oh shit, comrade. We'll see you later. We're ending it now, but check because this was a badass show, so check it out on the
That's
replay.
Later.
But
Y'all be
blessings,
good. Be
gentlemen.
safe.
All right. Bye.
Peace.
It was an honor of my life.